everyone, and welcome back to my channel, What the Beck. Today we are going to look at the things that are all in progress. Not every single one of my whips, but a bunch of them, because I started a bunch, because we are following the dopamine. If I want to make something and I have the stuff to start it, I'm letting myself start it, because, you know, I might not live to see that much longer. And this is not a cry for help, and I intend to keep living, but, you know, people are after me for some reason, you know. Anyways, Teddy's here with us today to look at our whips, and I'm actually starting off with a finished object because this is a gift and I want to just like document it for myself. So let's do that. I made a scarf. This is superwash wool in this really pretty blue and green color, and it's kind of like a V-stitch, but it's not. There's no chain between the stitches. They're just, you do 2 double crochet between another 2 double crochet. And I made this for my ex-coworker who's leaving us, and he was hired on the same day that I was, so, you know, he's moving and he's got stuff lined up, but, you know, I was like, let me make you something as a present. So this is what he chose, and it's got the little tassels, and I was able to do, well, technically, yeah, a no-waste project with this. So I had 2 skeins of this yarn, or hanks, whatever, and because I did the tassels, like I assigned yarn to the tassels, I cut them before starting the second skein, so I just had them on hand. I literally was able to go all the way till the last row, and I ended up with like 2 inches of yarn at the end. So yeah, no waste project, because those ends will eventually be put into a stuffed animal. And yeah, so hopefully he really enjoys this. I sent him a picture of it, but he hasn't seen the finished thing yet. Just a progress photo. So there's that one, and I hope he enjoys it. Oh, and you might see I'm wearing my Aurora sweater. If you follow my Ravelry, which you probably don't, because hardly anybody does, and I don't blame them for that. But I finished this sweater, so since I finished this one from my knitting tips video, which you can watch that if you haven't, I allowed myself to start another sweater, and this is called the Voyage Pullover. I'm using stash yarns of blue and green and mohair from my stash, obviously because I just said that. I tried the Jenny's super stretchy cast on, and it took me a little bit to get the hang of, but now that I've done it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this for everything because it works really good. And yeah, this is just a super fun chart project with all these color work charts, and I'm trying to like switch colors offset by one pattern. So like this pattern has the green as the background, so the next one has the green as the contrast, and then this is a new color, and then that's included here, and then this is a new color, and then that's included here, and you know. I'm a little worried that I'm actually gonna run out of yarn. I have the stuff. This is my go bag, so this is what usually goes to work with me, as you can tell by my wallet being in there. I don't want to like dump it out, but there's yarn in there, but I'm worried that I'm gonna like run out, and I'm committed to not buying more, so I might end up dyeing yarn to be blue and green, or I might see what I have and then like over dye it with like blue or green, because I have dye now, which I still haven't gotten to play with. But yeah, you can see here I have translated the chart onto a piece of graph paper, and this is almost, let me see, we have 2 more patterns until I get to do like taking the sleeves separate, so I'm not sure how long that'll take me, because this one has been my mid project. So like I have a project that's like really difficult that I got focused on, then I have like a really mindless one, and then I have mid projects, and that's why that one's in the go bag, because it's not so simple that I'll finish it while I'm out in a day, but it's not super complicated either. So next up I have this parallelogram, which is the beginning of a Starflake shawl by Stephen West. I actually I didn't like lose this, it was in my house the whole time, but I lost place of it, this shawl. So at work I was like, ooh, a fuzzball. Anyway, I was at work and I was like, it's cold, I need another shawl here, and West Knits is doing a knit along thing. What's it called? It might just be called make along or something, but their whole thing is like, hey, any West Knits project, do it with your scrap bust along, that's probably what it's called. Anyway, so I'm using scrap or stash yarns. I have this really nice, it's kind of like a rosy pink, and then this is like teal. I'm definitely gonna run out of this, but I have similar ones to like use in, I think if it's separated by the pink it'll be fine. Anyways, so there's that one. Barely started, but I've never done I-cord edging before. I gotta say, it's pretty cool. I like it. I might do that on like shirts or something. I might design a sweater with like a scoop neck that does the I-cord edging. That might be fun. But there's that one. So this one is still attached to a bunch of strings. This is a Lunar Phases wall hanging, and it's getting there. I think I have like 10 more rows of color changing and then like 8 rows of plain blue. And you can see it has like crescent moon, half moon, waxing moon, and then the full moon, and then my little gummy bear stitch marker to mark the middle. And this is part of my living room redesign for my mental health. So basically, I love my things and I love my little living room area, but because I spend so much time in it when I work from home and when I come home from work, when I do work in person, I want to make it more homey and cozy. So this is part of that. I have some really amazing artwork by, oh, I don't know their current username off the top of my head, but their name is Wolf, and I have really nice artworks from them that I want to put up. And this is sparkly, both yarns are sparkly. I don't know if you can see that from here, but this is Big Twist yarn that I got in my last Joann's haul, and then this is something, but it's sparkly. And yeah, I love how the Intarsia interlocking stuff on the back looks. It's very cool to me, and it keeps it thin because I think I will eventually either attach this to a piece of plywood or a canvas if I can find one that's close enough in size. But it's like 3 or 4 feet long. That's gotta be longer than 4 feet. And that's gonna go like right above the couch. So that'll be fun. I might be able to finish this today if I focus on it, but we'll see if I can focus on anything today. Okay, we're gonna have a quick little hydration slash beverage drink break. Alright, now this one is a bit of a doozy. I got a little carried away with the Intarsia on the other project. Yes, so there's this. This is a bookshelf vest, and this concept has been done before on blankets and stuff, but I wanted one as a vest. So I just made a chart for it, and I'm using scrap yarns, well, stash yarns. I was so surprised because I always say like, oh, I love roving yarns, and then I went to like find roving yarns that were the same size, and it was like pulling teeth in order to find enough in different colors in the same size. So what I might actually do soon is reorganize my yarn by weight, because right now they're just organized by vague color and content. So like all the wool yarns are together, but you know, if you're looking for 2 brown ones, they might be in totally separate containers because, you know, I had too many. But that's why I'm doing the stash busting projects. Anyways, this is the little vest panel so far. I really like it. It's crazy on the back. I'm not thinking about that. I think I'm going to felt my ends down instead of weaving them because I feel like that might actually be more secure at this point. Look at this cute little plant that I designed on here in a little vase. It's cute. There's also, so like obviously this is the very bottom of the vest, but the second bookshelf up has a little white cat and he's trying to touch the plant. So I'm excited to get to that point as well, and get to knit the little cat. And this one, while it is, like it's a bit annoying to do all the color switching, it's addictive. And the yarn and needle combination is just enough so that it's like you feel like you're getting stuff done quickly. So yeah, there's this one. I might try to work on this one today as well. Like I said, I don't have deadlines for these. These aren't commissions. These are just, I'm doing what I think will be fun because people hate me for no reason and I have to escape from that. So you should also do what you think is fun. All right, just got our second round of whips. This one is kind of like an ongoing one. I do this one when I'm like, not necessarily bored, but like I need something simple. I have this pattern memorized and it's really good for using up scraps. And that is the African flower. I did make my own modifications to the pattern and it's literally just where I start and how I start the yarn for each color. And that makes it so that I only have 2 or 3 ends to weave in instead of like 8. So I might do a video on that. I might need to check in. I don't know who made the pattern. I know there are tutorials from different people, so maybe it's fine if I do my own. But I don't want to step on anyone's toes and be like, this is a better way to make your flower. But like this way works for me better than the original. So these are in the background. I have almost 100 of these. I have actually recently made a drawer in this room to throw them in when they are done. I don't know what I'm gonna make with them. So far I have enough to make like a very small baby blanket, but I'm thinking honestly just keep making them and then I might even give them to a, not a company, but like a group that wants to sew them together. Because if these were squares, I'd be like, yeah, I'll sit it out. But because they're hexagons, the seams are going to be a little bit different. Like each vertical seam will have to be done on its own, and then you can connect along the top, going like that. So I don't know if I'm up for that. Maybe it'll sit for 3 years, who knows? But these are fun and they're really good for playing with colors, and that is a good dopamine creator. Next up, this one, which is like Schrodinger's project, because I literally will forget that I have this going and then I pick it up and work on it for like 3 rows at once and I'm like, that was fun, I'm putting it down now. But this is a tank top. It is called the Chasing Summer tank top. As you can see, it starts there-ish. Well, it's not big enough yet, but yeah. So I'm working on this. This is my entry, I guess. I don't think it's not a contest, but it's like a prompt in Cheyenne. I really hope I'm saying that correctly. Her Discord server. So I think the prompt was like, do something spring or summer themed, or you would wear in spring or summer. And this is the bamboo pop yarn, and it's very smooth and it's very fun. I wish it was a little bit thicker and then I would have wanted to knit with it, but because it was so thin, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna crochet with that so that it's like an actual item instead of being super thin. I don't know what people usually make with this, but I did see that there were projects on Ravelry of people making wearables and like sweaters and stuff. So yeah, I was thinking I would need both balls of this, which I actually thrifted at different times. There's 2 in there. I don't want to take them out. But like, I don't know that I'll need more than 1, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, there's that one. It's kind of on the back burner for now, but it's also good for like if I need something really easy, because it's literally just do a double crochet in the next stitch and then do 5 in the top, and that's like, okay, cool. Next we have bag of Markiplier. I got some, what are they called? Slippers from Markiplier's sale. It's my first Markiplier brand purchase. And I like them. I think I still need to like break them in a bit, but I'm using the cloak bag to hold my sock project. These are socks for myself, and the pattern is called the Perfect Sock, and I'm using hand-dyed yarns for both. This one is kind of like lesbian colors and this one is gay colors, and I love them. And I'm doing a slip stitch pattern for the top of the sock. I'm determined to make these fit properly because my other socks so far have been slightly too big. So there's that. I actually got the fancy pantsy Chicago needles to work on these because the plastic little like circulars like this were not my vibe. But I don't have DPNs in this size, and I figured if I'm ever gonna make socks with sock yarn again, I would prefer it to be on the little needles instead of DPNs or magic loop. So I invested in the really small circulars from Xiaogu, and yeah, now I have them. And finally, the project that I'm arguably the most excited for, but ironically haven't been able to work on in a while, the flowers. I'm making a cardigan, and I'm using my wool stash yarn and this really pretty green, like grassy color for the external part. I also finagled my way into only having to weave 1 end on these squares each, and I'm making a cardigan with them. I don't remember if I said that. But I ran out of the green yarn, and of course it is hand dyed, so it is hard to get more of. So I went on Etsy to find an artist who makes, or who had like similar colors in stock. So I think what I'm gonna do is just do the rest, because honestly it's probably about half of them that are greenified and half that aren't. I'm just gonna like checkerboard it and it'll look hopefully intentional. But fun fact, I got the original green yarn from London. I don't remember the shop name, but the person running it was really sweet, and their name was also like Beck or Becky or something that was very similar to mine, and I remember that. But yeah, so there's all different color combinations in here. This is another one that I was just like, I'm having fun with the colors, and I'm making all different ones, and I currently have them separated by ones that have green and then ones that don't. And there's a trans pride one in here. Well, I guess it's also kind of like pan pride because it's got the yellow, but yeah. I also, fun fact about this project, this one's also really pretty. I made all the centers, and then I was out of, where is that? There was yellow yarn that I was using, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's like an 8-ply or something, and I ran out of that. But I had finished all my centers, and I just took the rest of that light yellow and I dyed it slightly darker. and I forgot to rinse it after, so I just let it dry. So the yellow one smells slightly vinegary, but it's fine, and I will wash the whole garment later once it's done, and I don't mind if it gets a little bit more yellow overall because it's a mainly green thing. I've also been saying, like, let me know if anyone needs extra baking supplies, because I've got 4 cups of flowers right here. Anyways, yeah, that's what I've been doing to get the dopamine and stave off the depression. It has been semi-fruitful. Remember to donate to trans-funded and beneficial organizations, and take your medicine so you don't have brain fog like me. Okay, bye!